All right, everybody, welcome again to another What's on Dave's Shelf video. And as you can see, I'm going to be showing the Dragon Age content that is on the shelf behind me. So, Dragon Age is the first of the Age Dice era games. This is where the 3D6 mechanic system, well, it derives way back in the day with the D6 Open Pro license and West End Games and Star Wars. So, but this is a modern version of it, which is pretty much basically the same thing. And Dragon Age came out around 2008 or 2009 ish or so. And they were in little box sets. And box set number one was for levels 1 through 5. Box set number two came out a couple years later for levels 6 to 10. And then a couple years after that, actually, quite a few years after that, box set three came out and it had a level 11 to 20. They wanted to do 11 to 15 for box set three and then do another box set four, but that never came. I read a sort of like a summary or a history of Dragon Age products from Green Ronin, which is who creates the Age system, Dragon Age, Fantasy Age. I know Blue Rose has been done with this. There's Modern Age, and etc. So, but it all started with Chris Pramus and Green Ronin. So I had the box sets and the old. This is the new revised Game Master's kit and screen for Dragon Age. Uh, but when I sold about 15 to 18 boxes of RPG books, those box sets went with that lot that I sold to a local game store. So I regretted getting rid of Dragon Age, and I regretted getting rid of a couple of other games as well. So I've basically pieced this back together, and I'm going to show you all the Dragon Age stuff. This is everything that you need. I mean, like I said, I don't have the 3 box sets, and I don't have the old Game Masters kit, but I still have everything from the game. So I'm going to kind of set some of this stuff aside and we'll take a look at the core book. Now, the core book. This is a core book. I actually have 2 of them. I actually bid on these on eBay. One of these I got for $25. It was buy now, and it was like $4 shipping, which is a steal. And then another one I got for a minimum bid of $4.99, which I'm sure probably the seller wasn't too happy about having to sell it at that price. But that's the chance that you take when you're listing your stuff as an auction without no reserves. So, but I have 2 of these, and I might do a giveaway in the future, or I may just keep it for my other players that will be playing around the table. So, but you can pick this up. I mean, you can find it on eBay. You can pick it up on the Green Ronin site. Sorry, Green Ronin site. And it's a beautiful book. I mean, I think its regular price is about $50, and then there's also a special edition version of this. It has like a red slip color with aluminum Dragon Age lettering and foil end pages, and it's really nice. But I think it's $20 or $30 more. But this is the core book, and this is basically all the box sets in one. This says box set 1, 2, and 3 all wrapped up in one. You also get you'll also get a map. Look at that. Companies still put maps in books. Imagine that, right? Holy cow, it's so awesome. So there's a pull-out map here of Ferelden. Well, actually, it's the lands of Thedas, which is the land of Dragon Age, Thedas, and it has a nice 6-panel map that you can have for your players. So it's nice to see companies still give you maps. uh, So this is everything that you need to play the game. I mean, it has beautiful art all throughout the entire book. It has, your character creation. I mean, it has a huge section of your backgrounds, which is sort of like a combination of race and background all in one. And I mean, I think there's like 30 of them in the book. Everything from your elves to your Dalish elves, your humans, your dwarves, whether they're highborn, lowerborn, and then it also has Kunaris as well. So it touches on all four races, but there's just so many backgrounds, and then it goes into, everything with your ability scores. It has the three classes in Dragon Age: your mage, your rogue, and your warrior. And it has, like I said, there's almost art on just about every page, and it's beautiful. Then it has next chapter. It talks about playing the game. I mean, there are hardly any rules to playing the game. I mean, chapter 2, playing the game, is what, 15 pages, 11 pages. I'm sorry. I mean, there's just hardly anything to the actual mechanics. Everything is 3d6, and then there's stunts and focuses, and that's it. And then you have a chapter of character customization with tons of talents that you have 3 different levels, and then here's all your specializations, which are kind of like the equivalent, where talents are feats, but specializations are basically like archetypes. Then it has, of course, all your armor and your gear, and then it has information about magic, all of your spells. I mean, there's about 100 spells, including blood magic and everything. And you can just see, I mean, the art is beautiful. I mean, they invested a lot of money into this art. It's really nice. How to make organizations, optional stuff. I mean, here's the 9 ages, which, Dragon Age is the 9th age. And then it has all the information about, Ferelden and Orlais and Tevinter. I mean, it just has everything. The Imperium, well, is the Imperium, and then Orzammar, the dwarves and stuff. Has a beautiful game master section. Has all of your, magic items and all the crafting and information about crafting, what's materials and stuff. It has mass combat rules. It has pretty much everything you need. I mean, this is an all-in-one book game, and I actually really wish that more companies would put out books like this where everything is all in one. Which kind of goes back to the rule cyclopedia with basic Dungeons and Dragons. And this book reminds me a lot of the basic Dungeons and Dragons. So here's all your monsters. There's like 30-40 pages of monsters with your darkspawn, your dragons, your undead, beast, etc. Different item. Here's your magic items. The mechanics for putting different runes in your armor and in your weapons. And then it has a couple. Then it has, I think, 3 adventures at the end. So here's Invisible Chains. It has a couple of other adventures as well. Different level ranges and stuff. So that's everything in the core rulebook. I mean, it's beautiful. It has, it's what, 400 and some pages, 445 pages, 435 pages. Plus, it has a lot of good stuff too. That pertinent information with all your your stunt tables and all the weapons and stuff, which is what they pretty much use to put on the panels of the game master screen. So, but yeah, I've got 2 of these. I may give one away as a giveaway later on. Haven't made up my mind yet, but I may need it for my game as well at home. So, because my players mentioned Dragon Age, I wanted to try something besides D20. So here's the updated Game Masters kit, and this is actually a really nice product. I believe this is about $20. I got this on eBay for like $15. It's one of the short panel DM screens. There's 3 panels to it, and look at that. I mean, there's no art wasting panels with 2 panels of your screen being conditions. Which this is a beautiful screen. Has everything, all your stunt tables. I mean, it has everything, all your equipment and all of your DC checks and etc. I mean, it has everything. It's a beautiful screen. Here's the art on the cover. The Freeman. Looks like all of the dark spawn there. Looks amazing. But yeah, this is the new, like I said, this is the new DM screen, and not only does it have just a DM screen, but it also has a bunch of dry erase stuff. There's a dry erase combat tracker with more mechanics. So here's the mechanics for grenades and mounted combat, flying combat with the different major and minor actions. And I mean, it's self-explanatory. Name, any kind of notes. Just check off the round and any kind of notes. I mean, it definitely would work good. This would work good with not only with Dragon Age. I mean, this would work playing D&D or Pathfinder or anything like that. So I mean, it would be cool to use for other games. And like I said, it's dry erase. I mean, you can use a marker and erase it later and not have to worry about ruining it. Then also, what I really liked about this is there's 4 different cards that you can have your players hold on to as well. And it has all of your ability focuses, which your ability focuses are equivalent to skills in Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or any other D20 games that you're playing. So, if you want to know about Constitution drinking, then it's basically consuming large quantities of alcohol and avoiding the effects of it. So, yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, these are great for your players to be able to just grab and reference. And then here's on the other side has major and minor actions, which you have during your turn you get 1 major action or 1 minor action, or you can substitute a major for a minor, and it has everything listed there. So I mean, these are beautiful. And then of course, if you're familiar with the D6 age system, combat stunts and spell stunts are a huge part of the game. It's a great quirk for the game, and it has your combat stunts here for melee, basic spell stunts, and then on the other side it has optional exploration and role playing stunts. So I mean, your players can, even when they're doing their ability focus checks, if they get any stunt points, then they can use exploration stunts, or if you're role playing. So it's beautiful. I mean, this is a great product. I mean, and like I said, I think I spent $15 on eBay for it, and regular price is like $20. And last but not least, you're going to get a beautiful adventure, and I believe it's a 32, 35 page adventure, and it's called Buried Past. And it's got all kinds of colored art in it. And the adventures are super easy to run in any age products, including Fantasy Age or Dragon Age. And it has everything you need to run the adventure. And that's pretty nice. I'm going to be running this as well. I'm going to be running all of the Dragon Age stuff eventually. So, but yeah, there it is. Even has some maps and stuff, and like I said, all kinds of beautiful art. Has an adventure as well called Buried Past. So that's everything in the DM screen. But for the price point, what a great deal. I mean, $15-20. DM screen, you get a dry erase combat tracker, you get all kinds of reference cards for stunts and focuses and all your actions. It's a good thing. Then you get the adventure as well. So nice product actually. So next, we have one of the original products I have. It's called the Blood of Ferelden, and this is actually a pretty large softback book, and it's about 130 pages, and this has 3 adventures in it, and it starts, I believe, at level 5 or so. But when I first got this, I started marking it up. So, but usually I don't do that. But I mean, it's a black and white book, so it's not printed in color. So I think that was pretty much the main reason why I started marking it up. But like I said, this has 3 adventures, and I believe it's like adventures 5 to 10. But it's got the Amber Rage in it, and it has everything you need. I mean, there's not a lot of beautiful cartography maps and everything, but it has everything you need stat block wise for monsters and all the skill checks, but it has everything for the adventure. I mean, it's like I said, these adventures are actually really nicely put together for you. Then here's another adventure called Where Eagles Lair, and it's a little bit higher level adventure. Like I said, this is about 130 pages, so but it has everything you need. And I remember I didn't get past the first adventure, I think, because I was starting to read it and mark it up, and we were going to play that around the table, but we just never got around to it. And then it has a 3rd adventure as well. Find that for you in just a second. So let's be back here a little bit. There we go. Here's the 3rd, I think. Yeah, A Fragile Web. I think this is more like role-playing suspense, this adventure. So yeah, this is one of the original. I think this came out around box set 2. So, but this is the Blood of Ferelden. It has 3 adventures in it. And then the last of the printed products that you can get, well, I think this came out around 2017 or so. But this is Dragon Age: The Faces of Thedas. And I know that this was a project that was worked on for quite a while. I guess they were waiting on approval or something like that. But this is pretty much all the key players in Dragon Age, and I love this book. This is so nice to read about all the different major players, and it lists them all here. So I mean, it has if you're familiar with Dragon Age, it has members of the Chantry. It has the Iron Bull. My favorite, probably a lot of people's favorite, is Duncan. And not only, it's not just I'll kind of give you a couple of examples how this book is set up, which I really like. But it has a ton of lore. Now this is Anders, and he's an apostate, obviously. And this has everything about his background, his personality, relationships with other key players in the Faces of Thedas book. And then it also has playing him, and then any kind of advancement that if you want to have him, gain more levels. And then it has the stat block, and he's a level 10 mage. So, and then there's, here's Anders the Abomination, because I guess he turns into an abomination. And so yeah, it has everything, and it's the same format for every one of the key players. And I really like this. I read a couple of these. Honora, there's and then these are actually some of the Darkspawn that are, the stats are already in like the core book. So you got like the Architect. And then I believe the Brood Mother's in here. And then the Archdemon. So there's the Archdemon. And then, yeah, there's the Mother right there. So it has, I mean, it just has everything in here. Even Browl. So if you play the game, you'll notice a lot of these personalities. So, and this is a page. So I think it's 128 pages. So there's a lot of story in here that, here's Duncan. There's Dorian as well. And I just, spoilers here. If you don't know this, sorry about the spoiler, but I just found out recently that Duncan died. So that's kind of a little heartbreaking. But I guess he sacrificed himself or something like that. So, but there's Duncan and level 15 warrior. I wouldn't mess with Duncan. Duncan's pretty badass. +9 to hit and 3d6 damage and high to hits. Yeah, you're going down if you mess with Duncan. I mean, he is a level 15, so. But I mean, it has Fiona and Flemeth, the Canary, and Gaspard from Orlais, Scout Harding. There's the Iron Bull, Isabella, Josephine. And that, like I said, there's Knight Commander Meredith too. She's a badass. But yeah, this has everything you need for hook points for an adventure, or to bring one of these villains or one of these key players into your Dragon Age game. And I think this is the last product that came out for Dragon Age. I don't know if anything else is coming out for Dragon Age. I haven't seen anything announced or anything, but I wouldn't really depend on anything else coming out. So yeah, this is a nice book. And then it has in the back it has a section on like relationships and organizations as well. So yeah, it's definitely a nice book, and I love this piece of art. This is awesome. It's really nice. So the last, there's a couple of other books that I found for Dragon Age that actually aren't part of the Dragon Age RPG game. And I just kind of stumbled across these on accident when I found these when I was looking for a Dragon Age core rulebook. And these books are actually by Dark Horse Games, and there's 2 volumes. It's called The World of Thedas, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And this is pretty much all the lore about the world of Thedas. And if you're new to Dragon Age, or if you're a veteran Dragon Age fan, these books are beautiful, and you can pick these up so cheap on eBay. I think I paid $10. I paid $10 for Volume 1, and I think I paid $13 for Volume 2. And these things are massive books. And Volume 1 is about pages, about 180 pages. And this has everything about Thedas. I mean, this just isn't a book of art. I mean, this isn't just sketches, which it has some sketches and stuff, but I mean, this has everything. It has everything about the races, the nations, magic, religion, the Fade, the Blight. It has a bestiary in it. And I mean, this has everything that has to do with Dragon Age. I mean, it is just a beautiful book. And I started reading these when I was sick with the pneumonia. And I'll tell you what, these are amazing books. And I'm so glad that I picked these up. And they were so cheap. And I mean, it talks about everything, about the calendar, the holidays, the different months. This is the stuff that the core book does not go into. So, but yeah, it talks about the different ages in a little bit more detail. It even breaks it up between the human calendar, the elven calendar, and then it talks about the main races, which is, I mean, just, it's beautiful. I mean, it has lots of beautiful art in the book as well. Sorry about that little bit of a glare, everybody. My bad. dwarves, the right there, the I think that's a Bronto or something like that. It was actually in the core book. Yeah, that's beautiful. I think that's Ogrimmar, where the dwarves are. And there's everything about the Qunari and their language, and here's everything about the nations. Ferelden, it's beautiful. Navara, and you know, if you could find a P, I wonder if there's a P. I haven't looked yet, but this is what I would like to take all this and put it in Fantasy Grounds as well, but I don't know. This has oh wow, cool. There's all kinds of like patches and cards you can get to. I didn't know that. Didn't see that. Has a nice glossary in the back. Here's your your bestiary, which is, I mean, it has all of this stuff in the core book. A lot of it about with the art of the monsters and stuff. So yeah, really nice. I mean, look at all this. I mean, this is just beautiful. I mean, wow, amazing. Bestiary, and it has all. I mean, just has all the information about the different blights and wars and ages, and I mean, it's amazing. Look at that. All the different religions, whether it be the chantry or what the apostates worship, and Circle of the Magi. It has everything. Yeah, it's beautiful. And that's just book one. And this is the smaller of the two books. And here's volume 2. I think I paid $13 for this book. And this is a 310 page book. So, I mean, this is just massive. I mean, it's beautiful as well. Dark Horse Books. My apologies on that. I think I said Dark Horse. Oh, that's right. They're a comic company, aren't they? Okay, yeah, I think I remember. Dark Horse Comics. That's right. So yeah, this has all kinds of characters and legends, and I mean the heroes. So here's that same piece of art. So cool. And then it has a breakdown of who's who. So basically, this sort of like what was in AC1 from Basic Dungeons and Dragons. This will have all of the fighters and the clerics and stuff. That's cool. So you could find out where your favorite is. Duncan, I believe he's somewhere around here. So there he is, 66. So he would be right there. So then you'd flip back, and there's Duncan right there. So yeah, pretty cool. That's it. Look at that. Chantry leaders. More beautiful art. Look at that. There's all the key players and stuff. Sort of like the Faces of Thetis book that was put out. And it has all kinds of scripture from the religions and stuff. That's pretty cool. Wow, quite a bit. Oh, wow. Talks about the different heroes, Morrigan. Key places in certain areas, like the Red Cliff Inn. Champion of Kirkwall. I mean, this is awesome this is amazing to have for a Dragon Age game. Now if there's only a PDF for it somewhere, that would be cool. And all kinds of pronunciations for Qunari phrases and stuff. That's cool. A treasury of tales for children all over. So it's even got like children's stories. That's cool. The Deep Stalker. I remember there's look at that. I mean, it's even got like children's art and stuff too. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, the Inquisitor. This is a nice book. These are beautiful. I mean, for 10, 13 bucks, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Oh, look at this. It even has recipes for all you. The Whole Nug, Culinary Treasures of Thetis. Ooh, that looks amazing, doesn't it? Stark Haven Fish and Egg Pie. I think I'll pass on that one. Jellied Pig's Feet. Ugh, yummy. Calamari Pickled Crone. Pig Oat Mash. Ferelden Turnip and Barley Stew. Dalish Deep Forest Comfort. Mad Bernard's Gift of Flesh. Look at that. Wow. I think this is the one that's probably the best that I would eat. Raider Queen's Bread of Many Tongues. Oh, but then again, I don't know. That looks good. Ooh, the Blessed Apple. Look at that. That looks good. Then it has another bestiary. Look at that. That's so nice. Oh, look at this. Oh, so beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. But yeah, this is a 300 and almost 310 page book. So yeah, there you go, everybody. That's what's on Dave's shelf this time. This is all my Dragon Age stuff. And like I said, these Dark Horse books, the World of Thedas Volume 1 and 2, it's not part of the RPG, but I bought them because I liked what I saw from the preview of the auction, and I'm like, wow, that would actually be very good to read about, the World of Thedas and Dragon Age. So, but there you go, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of Dragon Age? Do you play Dragon Age? And I want to know. I want to see down in the comments below. So thumbs the video up. Like it if you like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. So until next time, everybody, have a great one. Stay safe and happy gaming. Bye, everybody.